All right, what's up, gang? It's the Media Hole Podcast.
What's up, crackers?
Hello.
Hey, so we got word down on high from our production company, and they said we need more diversity in the cast, so we got an American. This is Stevie.
Hello.
We have another American, but she hates us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's racist against Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
And podcast hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a new episode of the Media Hole Podcast. This is a weekly podcast in which we talk about news and movies and comics and podcast and video game and I don't know. Fuck it. It's a fucking show. I don't know. It's episode 109. Do you not fucking know what it's about yet?
Whoa.
And we're 109 episodes in, and no one's decoded the long subliminal message that's chunks of it have appeared in every episode of the show.
Well, more and more femboys are becoming fans of the show, so I think we're getting there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Cracker?
Yeah. You know what I want to talk about actually?
What?
What we just had for dinner.
What'd you eat?
Oh.
We went and got hot pot.
Okay.
And I have been told that this place was just not that good from a hot pot expert.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think it's for me.
Oh, you just don't like hot pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't know. You know, I don't really like.
Too tedious.
Well, okay, but I like Korean barbecue, which is like.
Where you cook in the center?
Yeah, but like
Nice.
hot pot is like same idea except you boil
It's
it.
soup.
It goes in soup.
Yeah.
So if you like boiled meats, then I guess you'll enjoy it. But I don't personally. I just
Not a huge fan of boiled meats,
Yeah.
unless you're sous videing a steak.
I'm not doing anything to a steak other than grilling it.
No, you sous vide it and then you grill it for like no time at all, and it gets super juicy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do that. That sounds like too many.
You just buy a machine, dude. Sous vide is.
I'm not
easy.
buying a machine to do anything. Number one, if I can't do it in a pan,
You do it in a pot. It's a thing. You put it on a pot, and instead of boiling the meat, it just keeps it at the temperature.
Wait, don't you
in
put it
which...
in like a bag or something?
Yeah,
No,
you vacuum seal it in a bag, and then you drop it in and then it heats up the water to like where it'll kill the bacteria, but it's not boiling.
Yeah.
So the meat's not cooking; it's staying raw, but all the bacteria is going. And then you just fucking throw her on the grill for like 30 seconds, and then you got a good steak. Supposedly, I asked for a sous vide machine for Christmas.
Yeah, you're gonna try it out.
Hell yeah!
You gotta let me know if it's any better than just popping
Probably.
it on the grill for 2 minutes aside and being done with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got a French name.
So but actually, you know what? I think because the meat that comes in like ramen, that was like cooked in the broth, right?
Depends
thumbs
on.
up, thumbs down.
Is pre-cooked.
Yeah.
Pre-cooked.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
as they pour the broth in, it already is settled there. The thin slice makes it cook expeditiously fast.
Okay, so thin slice makes it cook fast. I don't know. It's just something like it's like wet food. So dumb. I'm so bad with explaining things that just to me it was just like the whole food. Eating the whole thing, I was just like, this is just fine. I don't like the textures that are going on in my mouth right now.
Not to put you on blast, but didn't you recently tell me you had pho for the first time?
Yeah, I did.
That is, well.
I did in August. What's wrong with that?
Uh,
I literally think pho.
I just had
I understand
ramen
that
for
they
the
are
first
not
time.
the same.
wow.
But pho and ramen are like.
I'd say they're pretty different.
They are.
They're as different. They're as different as Japanese and
of,
Vietnamese people.
It's a bowl of broth with noodles and meat.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, they are both soup.
Chicken noodle soup is ramen.
They're all soup. Yes, congratulations.
Pho, I like ramen more than pho, but I like pho more than hot pot.
I don't know. See, I can't say I like ramen or pho better. It depends on my mood that day. Like pho, you got a lot of them bean sprouts, which I do like, but some days I'm just like, fucking don't want all these.
Yeah.
You know. And also, you can get like really, they like do different levels of cookedness for the meat that's in pho, so you can get like a medium rare beef.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Yeah. So I don't know. What about you, Stevie? You seem to enjoy some of that.
How do you feel about ramen? You had it for the first time.
I thought it was good because I was going into it kind of like with him with pho, But I do like how there's it's easier to grab the noodles than when I had pho.
Oh, watching him with chopsticks was very funny.
The last time I used chopsticks was when I was a preschooler.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you're not used to it, you're not used to it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
You know.
Realize you left the recording thing like propped up on an angle, right?
Yeah, it's because if you notice the cord from his microphone.
Yeah, I can see that, but.
Yeah, but it looks fine.
Well,
you
can't see it.
Looking at the screen.
Yeah, looks good. Thank you, studio audience. Yeah.
So Ian, talk about how you and me met.
I've known Stevie,
Yeah.
who is our guest this week.
I think we said that already.
Over 10 years.
Yeah.
Because we were playing Skate 2, and he just loved the way I yelled racial epithets at people.
That's partially true.
And how I bullied him into playing Halo with me all the time.
Bro, how could you talk to someone who plays Halo?
I met him through another person.
Yeah, and then that person we don't talk to anymore because he's too much of a Chad.
Yeah.
Chad or too much of a chud?
No, Chad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he lives in Georgetown, so he could be a Chud. Local jokes.
Local jokes.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Georgetown is where the most recent official meeting of the Canadian chapter of the KKK was.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was like 10, 20 years ago at this point.
But it's the most recent meeting.
Yeah, it was the most recent.
I'm sure there's a ton of proud boys in Georgetown as well.
Yeah, the most recent, like, official before, like, it was like, it's just illegal to be a member of the KKK.
Yeah. Because it's a terrorist group.
Yes. Anyway.
Anyway, speaking of crackers,
yeah.
Did you know you can be a literal Nazi on Twitch and send hate all to like 2 separate channels and do hate raids with your 4chan followers? But if you say the word cracker, you're getting an automatic 7-day ban with no hope of appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you can show your whole pussy and asshole on stream.
I mean,
you could throw your cat behind you like with pure force.
Okay, the throwing the cat is bad. I'm gonna take one for the team here and say showing your pussy on camera is fine.
Also, it was a genuine accident.
Yeah.
It's not like she was like, if I get 1,000 subs right now, I will just lose it all.
I mean,
it was like I'm a Twitch streamer who also goes on like my free cams, and I didn't put the right stream key in on OBS.
That's also funny though. And
it was funny. That's why we let it go.
Yeah. And I also think that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should be more likely to be banned for being a Nazi than for showing your vagina.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know that's
one of those things is harmful.
I know that's like an unpopular opinion because I know most gamers cannot stand vaginas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we as gamers hate women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's our good let's talk about gamers moment. I did want to.
Did you see?
I fucking almost made a joke last night when Ian was making a jokingly sexist thing, and I was like, and I want to say it now because I still think it's funny after I woke up this morning. Which is I was gonna call.
Talking about?
I don't remember. We were talking about maybe like women being stupid, but
I would never.
I was gonna call you Mr. Sogynist. And I thought it was still funny this morning.
Why did you just say it? That is funny.
It's just like the conversation kept moving, and my brain was like Mr. Sogynist, and I was like, we need to say this, and I was like, fuck, I missed my moment. But it was so funny this morning that I was like, I'm gonna fucking say this.
Whatever.
Now.
At least I didn't throw up yesterday.
It's from food poisoning. I was literally sober.
Yeah, I know. So you think it was food poisoning?
It had to be.
Or,
I only puked once.
Food poisoning isn't what you think. Like for you to actually have food poisoning, you have to go to the hospital.
Okay.
That's not true.
That's
That is inaccurate entirely. Usually with food poisoning, you eat something within about 20 minutes to 45, you feel upset in your stomach, you'll probably throw up after a while.
See, that's what I used to say as well, but then I got in an argument with someone who proved me wrong through another meme. But you know what, Destiny? We support women here and their knowledge. So yeah. I guess you had food poisoning. Emily threw up as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No one else did. But Emily, she was, sitting in the chair, had her head down and shit.
Emily...
not saying the last name.
Yeah, not saying the last name, but...
the one who's
dating my cousin or the one who's dating George?
The one who's dating George.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like sitting in the chair.
Because that is the way that we identify women, by which man they're attached to.
Yes. She was just sitting in the chair, and like George went over to see if she was okay, and then she like got up and went to the bathroom, and then later George was like taking their trash can, but like trying to hide it behind himself when he like went to the bathroom, and I'm like sitting like in the kitchen going like, Emily threw up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like straight up. I was there, and I was like, I started feeling my stomach hurt, and I'm like, this is probably my anxiety.
Maybe I should just go home.
Maybe I should just go home. Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, I'll head home. I'm tired anyway. And then like I drive home, and on my way home, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Oh, no.
I was like driving, and I was like, fuck, I really have to poo.
I was like pushing George all night. Like I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
you should go fucking bitch a pizza said I gave you food poisoning and get your money back.
Yeah.
Fuck pizza.
True. But yes, but I did make it to the bathroom. So then I fucking dropped a fat shit, and then I immediately flushed it, and then puked into the same toilet.
I'm glad you immediately flushed it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It was honestly, it was clutch out there, but
It was
But
good.
we
Just
made
perfect timing.
yeah, honestly, dude, I like ran. I like got out of my car, ran into my house, like threw my jacket on the floor, and ran into the fucking washroom.
God.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
then Stevie kept going for pizza after I told that.
After I
thing
said that to
had
the
food
group
poisoning.
chat, I was
Yeah.
like,
And then he was just like, "Why?"
You didn't tell me about the food poisoning. You just
I said he
stop.
I said he threw up.
I thought that was because I was so gone. I thought it was because he was drinking.
Yeah, he was
yeah,
drinking.
I
and drove home.
had 2 White Claws and like half a shot of gin, and I was like fully sober by the time I got behind the wheel of my vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought, and I was very distracted by other stuff too. And I'm used to eating a shit ton of pizza, so.
Yeah,
fair.
a shit ton of.
I had like
rotten
3
bad pizza.
slices of the pizza.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
I also kept eating the pizza after I found out. Just the difference is if I throw up,
Yeah.
it's whatever. I'm a party machine. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Stevie throws up, I might have to go home early. Yeah.
I mean, you had to help me get to bed.
I didn't help you that much.
I was falling over, and
You still
and-
did most of it.
Yeah, well, you and Destiny were like, ugh.
Oh, no,
Ian's
I
had to do worse.
I've had to do worse for worse people.
Like our buddy.
Oh, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like an emotional drunk.
Mm.
He like literally he drank wine. He drank like a fucking like a 700. Oh, you know what? Pretty much a bottle of wine. Because I think that's like the same amount that gets held in like a thermos, I guess. A bottle. It's an underground, a hidden bottle, and he's just like got super red faced, got really emotional, and I'm like, whew, I'd like to leave now.
Yeah.
This is because Ian is toxically masculine and cannot deal with other people having emotions around him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's why I'm a Sigma male.
Yeah, that's
You
why
guys
he's
just
just
don't
bullying
understand.
your entire
Equal
friendship.
to but separate from the alpha. The Sigma is a lone wolf type.
Yeah.
And is always John Wick in the
It's always
pictures.
John. It's always a man in a suit who looks like he's
It's-
gotten his ass kicked, but that suit is pristine.
It's literally just fucking John Wick. And I'm like, Keanu Reeves would not like being called a Sigma man.
Yeah.
He's cool. He talked shit on Facebook. He talked shit on NFTs, and he said it was fine if you mod Cyberpunk to fuck him, which is a Chad move.
And then when he found out that the Matrix movies were a trans allegory, he was like, "Oh,
Rad.
yeah, that's sick."
That makes sense. Rad. Yeah.
There was like no news this week.
No, there really wasn't any.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I guess
it still sucks to work at Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. Still sucks to work at Riot, but people are ignoring that because popular Netflix show with hot women.
Yeah.
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 And Haley Steinfeld's one of the characters.
Is she?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this woman can't miss.
Dude, she's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about the weeks? Or do you have any more news?
You wrote down the Everything Everywhere All at Once trailer.
Oh yeah, we watched some trailers. You remember when we watched some trailers?
yeah, we did.
So Everything Everywhere All at Once. Stevie, did you see the trailer for this film?
Is it the furry one?
No.
No, that's the
Okay.
bad guys. We also watched that trailer.
Yeah. That, by the way, you thought it was Owen Wilson in Bad Guys.
It's not. It's Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Ah.
They have very similar voices.
It's like the animation in that movie is so good, but it looks bad.
It's a furry movie, yeah.
Yeah, but there's like some furry content that's fun, and there's some furry content that sucks.
Zootopia.
I was
Sucks.
gonna say Sonic the Hedgehog
Oh,
is good.
I get. Well, it depends.
Depends. I'm just say generally.
Sonic Boom, the TV show, good.
Sonic
Boom,
Adventure
the
1 and
games,
2,
good.
good.
Sonic 06, ooh.
That new one, Nintendo hired this man.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Nintendo hired this man.
Yeah, that's last week's episode was called "Hire This Man,"
Oh.
and I grabbed a picture of an Unreal 4 Sonic
Yeah.
for the
We
thumbnail.
gotta wait for the Unreal 5 Sonics now.
Yeah, that's true, dude.
Where it's actually, I think those memes were already made like years ago. Where Unreal 5 Sonic is actually just a blue hedgehog, like a real one.
Yeah, ugh, it's so funny.
Yeah. That Everything Everywhere All at Once trailer. It truly is everything. Everywhere,
It looks
all at
awesome.
once. It looks like a
so
lot.
It's from the directors who did Swiss Army Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll put the fucking trailer on the TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, since we've all seen the Bad Guys trailer, while Nathan does that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bad Guys is like Lupin the Third, but with furries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not Lupin doesn't really. The thing with Lupin is that like he does things with a team, but he does not need a team most of the time.
No, but like he has a guy who shoots people. You got a guy with a sword.
Yeah.
There's no hot woman.
I
Who's
thought
the
that
Fujiko Mine?
Aquafina as the spider.
But that's the guy in the chair. But this time a woman in a chair.
The
The shark looks like it is the one that needs to be the public display.
Okay, let's put this trailer on.
Oh no, no.
I don't know why they have a hand vagina in this fucking trailer.
I love that effect where the nails just like
Yeah,
are
that's
constantly
cool.
changing color. That shot's fucking rad.
Yeah. That looks good.
Also, you can see like a frame of one that's like animated, so you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's gonna
Oh,
happen in
okay.
this
It's an
goddamn
anime film.
movie?
Yeah.
That looks cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is cool?
What?
They announced when the Bleach anime is coming back.
Oh yeah. Didn't they put out a trailer too?
Yeah, they did. It's October 22nd. Sorry, no. October 2022.
That's more likely.
So hopefully, but then it looks like that's like higher quality animation and all that.
Yeah, it's the
Hopefully
it's
this is
the
just like a
1,000 years blood war.
Yeah,
right?
which is like a long, like an actual really long part of Bleach and kind of sucks.
It's the part that it's the only part that wasn't animated though, right? Like the
Yeah.
show got canceled before they finished the manga.
But it's like it's just so, it's so much. They literally like make the villain way too powerful. Where it's like, oh, what's this guy's power? Oh, it's that he's the ruler of the universe, and he's unstoppable, and you shouldn't actually be able to touch him at all. And the final fight is just nothing, and shouldn't even happen. But oh no, he got stabbed with an arrow that, even though he has the power to just not get stabbed by that arrow, also turns out Ichigo is like the Mary Sue.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all knew that about Ichigo.
Yeah, but it's like even more so because there's like the power, like where it's like, oh, Ichigo's a Soul Reaper because his dad is. It's like, oh, who's Ichigo's mom though? A Quincy. So he has all the powers in the universe.
Damn.
Yeah.
But the manga's also coming back.
Yeah, in like Bleach Shippuden.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know what it's actually gonna be
Bleach,
called.
but Tite Kubo has like grown as a man and wants
and
to come
now
back.
is writing a show about Ichigo's kids,
Yeah,
or Ichigo's son and Rukia's daughter.
Ichigo's son and Naruto's dad or Boruto's dad.
Boruto's dad. Yeah, no, they both have like blonde, short.
Yeah.
No, his hair was orange, but
I'm
Yeah.
like,
I don't want it to be a show. I want it to be like a movie or like a series of like OVAs, because like
or just keep it as a manga.
that. Too,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that as well. Or you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna have the 1,000-year Blood War arc. It's gonna be 120 episodes, and then they're gonna wait till 120 episodes of fucking the Bleach the manga comes out, instantly catch up, and then we have the same problem we had with Bleach,
Nice.
which is that every fight is like peak Dragon Ball Z shit.
I'd love for people to never learn their mistakes and just keep making them over and over again.
Absolutely, I would love for Tite Kubo to be the author and the only person who works on that fucking thing again, because that totally wasn't the problem before.
Yeah,
Oh, but Burn the Witch is good. It's like,
it
yeah,
sure is.
took all the fucking time in the world to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian got a copy of Burn the Witch for Secret Santa because somebody advised the person who bought it. Because I was like, buy this and wrap it in a flannel with the same pattern.
Yeah.
Because
now I have that's the third flannel I have with that pattern.
Hey Ian, tell me, does that mean that you're not going to wear it, or does that mean it's within your taste and is something you will wear?
I don't know. Yeah, so that's about it for the news.
That is about it for the news.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
wait, that fucking new G Kids film, the Mamoru Hosoda one.
Yes.
Saw the trailer for it. That's just Summer Wars again. He's made that's the third time Mamoru Hosoda has made Digimon the first Digimon movie.
But it never stops being good.
It's not like I've seen this movie twice.
It's not like Makoto Shinkai where he made like a bunch of different movies and then he made Your Name twice.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
He made Your Name, but what if the kids were together the entire movie?
Yeah, or like
no.
Yeah.
Or like Your Name, but like it takes place in a city.
Yeah. Well, Your Name.
Parts of Your Name take place in the city. All of Weathering with You takes place in the city.
Yeah, and it's all.
I was more interested in the movie about a kid who found a gun in a trash can.
Yeah.
Because I think that's an interesting movie.
Yeah.
And also, like, he's clearly on the run from his small town because his parents beat him. Yeah. And it
Oh.
never gets addressed in the fucking movie.
Back.
And he goes back,
yeah.
and they never say what the fuck happened.
My God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then it's like, and then there's like a girl who looks like she's about to confess to him, but then she's like, "You went to prison for murder, right?" And he's like, "Fuck you." And then he goes back and hooks up with the girl again, but also now Tokyo is underwater.
Yeah. And every time I see a post-apocalyptic Tokyo movie, I'm like, is this I say to Ian, is this a sequel to Weathering with You?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because it might as well be.
Yeah.
Because it got really popular. There was a bunch of shows that came out with like the same year where it's like the premise is Japan is flooded now.
Yeah.
Because I guess like scientifically or whatever, Tokyo Bay is under the ocean.
Yeah. Well, because there's Japan Sinks 2020, which like for its benefit is based on a book that came out well before Weathering with You.
It's just that it's all coming out around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Japan Sinks 2020 is probably a really good show.
Probably.
It's my boy.
I only watch like fantasy anime now though.
Yeah.
Fantasy anime or a basic slice of life about a girl who is super hot and can't like talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
By the parameters of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can move into the weeks.
Let's move into the weeks.
I didn't do anything.
I played Lost Judgment.
It's a good game.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 4 and now I'm doing all the side stuff.
Yeah.
I really like the school stories.
The school stories are fun.
Did you get the
dog shit one?
Oh,
The
I'm
robot?
not there yet. I just started the robots.
Okay.
The robots one is not as dog shit as especially when you can like get when you unlock.
If you have the
AI
DLC,
chips. No,
Yeah.
no, because the DLC doesn't necessarily give you like the best thing.
it gives you some of the best.
It gives you a good thing, but then also they don't explain it very well. Where like, there's practice matches you can do or whatever.
I never do them.
That's how you get all the gear.
Oh, okay.
And they're pretty, but like once you,
it's really frustrating because the fighting game club you literally do 3 times and win, and the robot club, like in order to do well, you have to do like 9 million times.
Yeah, but then like once you can get the ability to get like AI onto the things, like do that.
It gets easier.
I had like a good ass build for it. There's AIs that like it's a helper and there's a sabotage guy. So you put like the helper as like your little fucking like the little fat guy who rolls around, and he goes and picks things up. He's hard to kill, so then he just grabs like your tiles, and then you just focus only on placing the tiles, and you just have to make it from your side and place a tile that goes into their starting zone, and you win. You don't have to play through the whole timer, which is what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So. And then
Wait, really? Was I the only one who played the tutorial and got that right away?
No. I mean, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so then you can, then on the tall guy, you can unlock a sniper for him later.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, sick. You can literally just kill... Like,
I'm still working on it because, like, getting the mats is really annoying.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm, like, almost there for Ian's stuff. Ian's level. Ian's, like, platinumed the game 8 times already. And I still haven't beaten it. But yeah.
I don't know what I'm never gonna finish the Go missions and all that
Yeah.
because mahjong and
Yep.
shogi.
Ugh.
Yeah, things that suck to play through.
I was gonna say, what did you think of the new music game, like the rhythm thing?
Oh, for the school story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't
Really?
mind it at all. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I like it a lot more than the past ones.
What the past
What?
ones? You mean Disco and Yakuza 0?
Yeah.
Oh, Disco and Yakuza 0 sucks.
No, you're just bad at it.
Okay.
That's it.
It's
I think actually there is one
there's
negative
a
to it. It's that you
learning curve.
actually have to be on beat, or
Yeah.
you just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks about
it's
Disco.
very hard for me, I guess. I could never get the hang of it.
Well, I think doing the steps thing, moving it around and being fast enough is within reason. It's just that it's so precise on the button press. So
I much prefer karaoke to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because karaoke gives you oh, sorry, you didn't hit that note perfectly. You just get half the points.
Also, fucking Bakamitai becoming a meme made people pick up the game series, and I saw people on the Reddit pissed off that people are like, "Oh, it's the Dame Dame guy," but it got people playing the
playing
fucking
it, yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Stop gatekeeping, motherfuckers.
Well, you can gatekeep a little bit.
No.
Gatekeep girl boss as a treat.
Ian personally likes being gatekept, so if you want to gatekeep Ian,
Oh yeah, don't let me get any new knowledge about anything.
yeah,
If it looks like I'm getting into something, someone will just show up
yeah,
and be like, actually no, you got to go back and read all this bullshit to understand.
yeah. Ian's sexual fetish is being gatekept.
Yeah, if you want to really be a true fan of Dragon Ball Z, you have to go read the Dr. Slump manga.
Yeah.
Every single fucking one, even the non-translated stuff, or else you're a fake fan.
Well, and you need to end your fake fan if you don't pick up Akira Toriyama's manga matinee or whatever it's called.
I have no idea.
It's like a collection of a bunch of different shit that he put out that's just about to come out.
You're not a real Naruto fan unless you go read the original Lost Pilot chapter where Naruto murders and pisses on a kid.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah,
That's great. That's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0.
and the third Hokage. Yeah, but the difference is Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 is
More accurate to the manga.
it's the basis for the manga, and then they were oh wait, what if we
Just made it about the
made it
card
about
game.
card games?
Because because Yu-Gi-Oh's thing was he's the king of games in general.
Yeah.
So he'd play different games every time, including Russian roulette and shit.
Yeah.
Or the thing with vodka and the lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just murder. I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then in one of the episodes, he plays a card game. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh card game.
So then they just were
Then they were just let's make the entire show about this and no murders.
Yeah.
sounds like a good plan.
It is a good plan.
Yeah.
But the vodka and the lighter thing is cool.
Yeah, and Lil Karibo's dub of it is very fun.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Imagine that's the fucking show we got as little kids.
Oh, that would be so funny.
It'd be so funny, dude. It's Mom, this man burned another man to death with alcohol.
Can I do that to my little brother, please?
Is that chill?
Do you think he'll come out okay? Do you think it'll just be
Slightly charred.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just unchar him and make
Yeah.
him retarded or something?
Can't believe I laughed at that, you motherfucker. What else do we do this
Well, we
week?
cannot talk about Hawkeye because I did not watch.
Okay.
So we'll just talk about it. That's because it's the season finale next week.
Kingpin. But yeah, so let's talk about comic books.
Yeah, blaze through them, then we can spoil the shit out of Spider-Man.
Fuck yeah. Alright. So let's get the single issues out the way. I'm going in no particular order, just what order they were put down on. So May's book number 4 by Jeff Lemire is out. It's great. Still a sad book about a man who is searching for his dead daughter.
Sorry, I opened up Facebook for a second, and the first thing I see is something Destiny posted 27 minutes ago, and it's a letterbox review that says Spider-Man No Way Home, half a star. Didn't watch it. I just hate seeing Marvel fans happy.
Dude, I feel that. I feel that within
Yeah.
my heart and soul. I hate seeing Marvel fans happy
Oh
too.
man, Tessie would have hated the fucking movie theater yesterday.
Because everyone was like,
Yeah, every single time.
you know what though? I like catching the energy personally. I
Yeah.
should put my phone on silent, but I don't give a fuck. Next up, we got issue 2 of New Burn by Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips. This book still slapping. It's about a guy who is essentially like working for all of the mobs in New York, all the mafias, and like is essentially if there's a thing that's going down that seems like it's going to make trouble or cause like wars between them,
You should
like
mute your phone. They're
investigate it.
gonna keep talking in the group chat.
Okay. But yeah, in this issue, it was like a triad, like a fucking triad like storage facility where they were keeping like $3 million worth of heroin.
Damn.
Gets burnt down, and they're like, it's the fucking Italians, but it's not the Italians. It was like a local vigilante group, or like that were trying to do social good, but they also fucking
Started a gang war.
yeah, they were trying to, but then like so then Newburn, the detective, essentially is like, okay, well, here's the fucking guys who did it. These like civilians that wanted to make their streets safer for them or whatever, and they just get fucking murdered.
Oh,
Nice.
But there's no gang war, so arguably, good guy.
yeah.
Also, they did murder a person when they burnt down the building, so who's to say they didn't deserve it?
That they died.
Issue 4 of Primordial by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. This is the book about a bunch of the animals who have been sent to space, and like space is actually fucked up and scary and weird and magic. This issue reveals that the fucking weird thing that they are in the sky is a spaceship, but like a spaceship that's like operates on dream logic. And so the 2 monkeys and a dog are chilling on a spaceship, hanging out, which is great. I'm pro that. Regarding the matter of Oswald's body, number 2. This is still a cool conspiracy thriller about the assassination of JFK. This book kind of slaps. The New Hulk, number 2, by Donny Cates. It's still awesome that this version of Hulk is so fucking weird and out there. And he's flying through space because he's managed to use magic and science to harness the power of his dissociative identity disorder.
Whoa.
He's essentially, so the vibe with this, we said it last time, but Bruce Banner is like piloting the Hulk like a spaceship. So that's Bruce, and this is the Hulk.
That's awesome.
And he's using the anger of the Hulk as an engine by like essentially manifesting enemies for the Hulk persona to fight within the Mind Palace.
Oh my god, that's
so like
awesome.
Gear 1 is like infinite armies. Gear 2, he's like these things. And then the last gear is giant size Wolverine, where it's like a fucking giant Wolverine, and the Hulk's like in there fighting it. It's fucking awesome. Defenders number 4 by Al Ewing. This book's also rad as hell. It's about going through all the different previous iterations of the universe. And they've like harnessed the power of the 4 elements, which I think it's so cool that like the 4 primordial elements that make up the universe within this run of Defenders it's the 4 colors that comic books are, because they're all the colors in a comic are 4 colors mixed together in some way.
Yeah.
So it's so cool that they like started doing it like that. It's super fun.
Yeah.
Super weird, but also like imaginative. I love shit like this.
Yeah.
The Thing number 2, the Next Big Thing story. He like finds a community of people underground and gets in a big fight.
Whoa.
It's great. They finally finished. Dude, there's so many new comics this week. Goddamn. Batman the Imposter, this 3-issue series, is finally done. And in this issue, it's revealed who the imposter Batman is, who's a cop. Which is great, because, you know, ACAB. But then also there's like this whole element about like the Rat Catcher and some other like early Batman career stuff. But it's its own universe, and you can kind of tell by the end of this, because at the end of this it's like Bruce Wayne is dead. Fucking only Batman remains. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still a really good book. Issue 2 of 3 of Robin and Batman. Also by my boy Jeff Lemire. I buy a lot of comics by him because he's great. Also, he's Canadian. He lives in Toronto. Robin and Batman is essentially the origin of Dick Grayson as Robin. And so this is issue 2 where we finally see him meet the other sidekicks. So it's almost like episode 1 of Young Justice.
Okay.
And they like start going on missions together, and it's kind of trying to do like a bit where it's the founding of the original Teen Titans almost being retold. And it's great. You know, I love Dick Grayson and Wally West and all those other guys. And also the less cool white version of Aqualad.
Oh, awful.
Yeah.
Is he gay still, though?
No.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
What are they doing?
Who's gonna fucking... What are the old men on Twitter that love comic books gonna yell about?
Yeah. What are the old men on Twitter who haven't read a comic in 20 years but think they like should talk about it? Gonna talk about.
I'm a real Superman fan.
Speaking of the gays, we got Harley Quinn, baby. The Eat Bang Kill tour, issue 4, and yeah, I mean it's still great. Vixen shows up.
Oh.
She's cool. But also like, you know, if you're here, it's a book about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy on their honeymoon, effectively. It's great. It's still good. Then finally we got Batgirl's #1.
Sweet.
And yeah, Batgirl's #1 is like all the Batgirls have moved into an apartment together.
Nice.
Girl Squad.
Yeah, and they're a girl squad and they beat people up and they do Batgirl shit. I like the art style. It's like it's got like kind of a sketchiness to it that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's less good than some of these other books, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got our fucking volumes. So, okay. Neonomicon is one of the most recent books by Alan Moore, a person who I don't need to say who that is, right, Ian?
No.
And anyway, it's a take on Lovecraft. But if you're
okay.
oh, but isn't Lovecraft actually
Horribly
not
racist?
great? This is 100% down with like talking about that shit.
Oh,
also,
okay.
it's like Lovecraft was also pretty much like asexual, and this is an extremely sexual book. Because it's like no, this was all like clearly a metaphor for a man who is like fucking cooped up in his own self all the time. Like the Cthulhu mythos clearly has that element to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the first story is about an FBI agent who like is investigating a series of like murders that are clearly done by different people but are all like the same what's the word? Same MO, but like all different people that like didn't know each other.
Oh, okay.
And so like this FBI agent though is like a fucking horrible racist.
Oh no.
Like and so he's the main character, but obviously it's like it's commentary. This is the guy who created the character of Rorschach, who is also like a sexist and racist, and he's not supposed to be the good guy. The motherfucker is like in New York City, and like his next door neighbor is a woman with schizophrenia, and he's complaining about her making noise, and like he's just fucking talking shit on people. He's like dropping all kinds of slurs. And like yeah, and he's anyway, he goes crazy.
Type of man.
He goes crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because of the Cthulhu thing. He's trying to figure stuff out about it, and then he murders people. And then the follow-up story is about like 2 other FBI agents after this man goes crazy and is talking in the fucking Cthulhu Fatagan like fucked up language. They're like trying to reinvestigate it, and so it's a man and a woman, these 2 people, and so like they're investigating and they go dive deep into like the Lovecraft element of it and all that other shit, which is great. But almost every character in this book, when they talk about H.P. Lovecraft the writer, they're like, yeah, he's not a great writer.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Which I think is funny. I mean, you could trust Alan Moore because he's cool.
Yeah.
there is some like stuff in here that I will say like, hey, trigger warning. You know, this gets fucked up. It's supposed to be horror and it's supposed to be shocking and gross.
Yeah, I got you.
At times. But I think it really works. But honestly, like the reason why I was interested in it is because it's like he did a follow-up to this called Providence that is like his actual like big Lovecraft thing.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm reading right now, and that's really cool, but I didn't finish it. So it's like there's this thing, then Providence is like this thick. But yeah. Neonomicon, cool as fuck. Next up, we got DC Comics Strange Adventures by Tom King, Mitch Gerads, and Doc Shaner. This is a fucking cool book, dude. So Adam Strange is a, like, I don't know how obscure of a DC Comics character he is. He's somewhat obscure.
Yeah, okay.
He is in Young Justice, season 2.
Okay.
But essentially, he's a guy who, like, teleports to this world called Ran, like an alien planet. And he suits up with this, like, bright red suit and a jetpack to, like, essentially do Monster of the Week shit. For a long time, that was his big deal. And then this book is about how, you know, one of the other alien people... I forget what they're called. The Picts. That's what it is. One of the other alien groups like goes to war with Ran, and so like Adam Strange, he's fighting in this war, and we see this story almost from like years later. You know, he's back on Earth, he's living with his wife, who is like a princess from this planet that he was on, and you know, he's like a famous for like being like a hero of Earth. And, like, he wrote a memoir, right?
Oh,
like,
okay.
a book. So he's, like, signing books. That's how, like, this book opens. But really, like, what ends up happening is people are, like, questioning him. And it's like, did you fucking... This war where everyone's treating you like a hero after you came back from it, like, you did fucking war crimes. Like, this was fucked up. Like, and so he's trying to, like, defend himself from that, and so like you start off this book kind of on his side, but as you learn more and more, you figure out like what happened. And so like if you're a huge fan of this character, if you're like, Adam Strange is the best fucking character, I love this guy, this is not for you, because they kind of character assassinate this motherfucker.
Gotcha.
But if you're like interested in Tom King doing his thing, which is like deconstructing characters and like doing really fucking good 12-issue miniseries, then this is your shit. Like if you liked, did you read Vision? Or you didn't read.
I watch the DC shows, but not really a comic.
Okay,
reader.
So the one of the like that WandaVision show, one of the inspirations was a Tom King comic called The Vision, which is about the Vision having a family of like other robots.
Oh, okay.
And like the story with that is like he's trying to raise his kids who are like essentially they're fucking super powerful, right? They're like him, like but they're teenagers, and so he has a wife and a daughter, and they're all kind of struggling with being new as people and having to live among humans, and like they're robots. And Grim Reaper, like one of like a villain who like hates the Vision, breaks into his house, and like when he's not there, and he like stabs their daughter.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, and the mom just fucking murders him for doing so. The daughter's fine, but she doesn't tell Vision. She's like, no, yeah, he left. We beat him up and he left. But she's buried him in the fucking backyard.
Oh, God.
And so it's this like domestic story that like gets more and more dark as it goes. Like there's a scene where like, you know, the kid, like the teenage son, is getting bullied at school. And so he just like lifts up the bully by the neck and goes like, no, fuck off, and like puts him down. And so like the principal, so like the mom and dad Vision go talk to the principal. The principal's like, yeah, or no, you're a fucking, this is a danger, you're letting a nuclear bomb go to my school. And Vision just like straight up hits him with the cold robot facts of like, I am Vision of the Avengers, I have saved the world by my own hand 20 times.
Damn.
You are alive because I let you. Like,
Damn.
if I didn't do that, you would be dead. Everyone you love would be dead in the fucking ground 20 times over.
Damn.
If it weren't for me. So you will treat him like this is any other instance of a fight in school.
You go,
like,
Dad Vision.
Yeah, it's great, but also like maybe the principal was right by the end of this book. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's a really cool book. It's like that's a great book. This is really awesome. His Mr. Miracle book is also really cool. Tom King just fucking nails it most of the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I would highly recommend this one. I also picked up his Rorschach book, which is like a sequel to Watchmen.
Yeah.
But I haven't read that yet. But it's supposed to be good.
Gotcha.
And finally, we got Madman by Michael Allred. I've not finished this giant book. I'm not even gonna pick it up and show it.
Why was the water
Right
off in the bathroom?
I don't know.
I mean, I was fucking sitting there going like, I just clogged my friend's toilet.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
And then I was like, I opened up the back and I'm like, oh, there's no water.
Oh.
So I just had to turn it on.
That's my beef.
It's alright. I'm sure you go around and turn it off around your house for fun, so.
That's not what I did. It was when they were fixing my home. But yeah, anyway, Madman's cool. It's like a weird 90s indie comic, superhero type deal. It's great. It's made by a Mormon.
Oh, no.
But he's chill.
Okay.
He's chill, except when
One of the good
women.
ones. His wife does like all of his coloring for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or I'll swear to God. You gotta catch the belt.
No, she's actually won more Eisner Awards than he has because she's also a colorist for other people.
Okay.
Which I think is funny.
I guess.
I don't know. Michael Allred's supposed to be chill. He did the comic book that was about David Bowie's life. And it wasn't judgy of him for being a bisexual man.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's just chill and also just happens to have a weird religion. Which is fine. He's not fucking hurting anybody.
Yeah.
You know? He's not saying bad shit. He's not hurting anybody. He can believe what he wants about Joseph Smith.
Yeah.
I've read JoJo Part 7. I'm basically a Mormon.
How dare you? It's the best part.
Yeah.
Is that it's Mormon.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's basically all the comics.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the movie once Stevie gets back.
Yeah, we are. I just read a thing. That Tom Holland
Yeah.
really wants to be a father.
In real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a BuzzFeed thing. It's Tom Holland says he wants to take a break from acting to start a family and talked about saying goodbye to Spider-Man.
Oh.
So, hopefully, he doesn't say goodbye to Spider-Man and he just takes a break.
I don't think he's going to say goodbye to Spider-Man.
I don't think so either. That would be dumb. But
Seems, based on the ending of that movie, he's probably going to come back for at least one more.
I think, you know what?
He said he wanted to stop being Spider-Man by 30.
Why? That's when Spider-Man literally gets his best. Oh, it's Peter Parker and his fucking teens. So cool. Peter Parker as an adult. Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you should take a break and they shouldn't make like a fourth one or have him show up in anything for a while. And then just like let him be like, oh, this is Spider-Man.
Or just,
like
I'm fine with you killing him off when the character is in his 20s and just having Miles.
That's fine, but
They've already basically done a Miles hint in 2 different movies now.
What's the second one?
So in Homecoming, there's
I'm aware that Donald Glover is in the movie.
Yeah.
And he is playing.
And in and in this one, No Way Home.
Oh, I really wish that when Electro was like, oh, I was hoping you were a black kid or something.
He's like, there's got to be a black Spider-Man out there, and he's like, yeah.
So wait, did he only know? Did Andrew Garfield Spider-Man only know Electro when he was Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Also, just spoilers for the movie now, I guess.
Oh shit.
Oops.
Spoilers for Far From Home.
Yeah. So
or No Way Home. Fuck. Also Far From Home, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Spoilers for just everything that.
Spoilers for every Marvel movie that's come out until now.
Yeah, Yeah, so like I can't remember Amazing Spider-Man 2 because a lot happens in that movie.
Yeah, I remember it because I'm an apologist for the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
He only knows Max.
Yeah, so
as
Max
Spider-Man. He doesn't know Max as
Max is Spider-Man's biggest fan. He saves his life like I think a couple times or once or twice, and then Max becomes like a fiendish stalker about Spidey, and then he gets like he finds
out his name is Peter Parker though at some point.
Yeah, by the end.
Yeah, because that's the only reason why those people.
Because he teams up with Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst Green Goblin. That was a bad one.
I think Dane DeHaan is a great actor.
Yeah, but
and I think his performance is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they were smart in this movie to have Willem Dafoe's actual goblin face.
Yeah.
Be out when he's doing scary shit because the mask sucks.
Well, especially since he put in so much effort on doing the goblin face, like, and he said that in interviews before, where he's like, "I did a fucking thing."
Yeah, he did a makeup test that was like closer to the comic book, where it was like the weird, like with the hat.
Yeah, but then he would also like act so that his face was different and stuff. Yeah. And you can see it in this movie where he like really puts his chin out there.
Yeah.
His lips get like.
But he already looks like a crazy person. So like you didn't need to put a fucking mask over him.
Can you believe they really fucking roided him up so that he could throw Tom Holland through the floor like that? Because he said he would only do it if he could do all of his own stunts.
Yeah, that was definitely him doing the fucking giant suplex.
I forgot that he has like super strength. I thought he was just a crazy man who threw bombs that turned people into skeletons. I did not remember
that it made him also have super strength.
That it also gave him super strength. So when he started like throwing him through concrete, I was like, oh. Oh yeah, that is an aspect of his character.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
Daredevil?
Didn't appreciate the whole you know what's funny? Actually, yeah, so obviously those scenes had been shot for a while. Mm-hmm. That's how movies are made. So Charlie Cox started saying that shit about him, like, I will fight someone to the death to be Daredevil again or whatever. He was already Daredevil again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Daredevil's real name? I forgot.
Matt Murdock?
Matt Murdock, yeah. So they love alliteration in New York City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He catches the break.
He catches the break.
I'm a really good lawyer.
He catches it like faster than fucking
Pete.
Yeah, I also like that the whole time he's talking to Happy, where he's like, "Happy, you should get a fucking lawyer, like a really good lawyer." And then like he's not offering his services at all though. Yeah. But it's like it's not worth my time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because that would make him like too famous.
Well, also like he's like a personal lawyer. He's not a corporate lawyer.
I guess, and Happy would need a corporate lawyer.
Yeah. Probably fucking recommend him to Hogarth, the character who Carrie Ann Moss plays.
Who's Hogarth? Oh, is this from the TV
Jessica
show?
Jones.
Yeah. She's from Jessica Jones, but she's also in Daredevil because Foggy starts working for her when Nelson and Murdoch breaks up.
Mm. Yeah, so I think this movie was good. I enjoyed it. I did not like the energy of the crowd because there was times when Matt Murdock showed up, that was like a surprise.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah.
And I get that we didn't
know about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire coming back,
going to be in the movie in that capacity, but we knew they were going to show up. And when they showed up, holy shit!
We didn't know they were okay.
There were like leaked.
It was
scenes.
leaks, but
it
was
the
never
reptile
announced.
leak. That was the first time it implied they were going to be fighting together.
Yeah. Well, there was a version of the trailer where they all jump at each other. Mm-hmm. That scene, they edited out both Spider-Man.
But they were also supposed to edit out
the lizard getting punched.
Yeah.
But you can see like the lizard gets punched, but no one's punching him.
Yeah. So,
also, did you call the lizard reptile, you fucking Mortal Kombat fan?
Yeah, I did. I did call it that. My bad.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yes. I don't know. Someone else talk about the fucking movie.
It's a good movie.
It's
I
good.
liked it. The energy of the crowd, personally, I thought was fine. The one that I thought was more stupid was when they cheered for Alfred Molina. I was like, this wasn't the fucking trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina and Green Goblin. I'm like, guys, we all saw the trailer.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was impossible not to.
Yeah. It was in the movie fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then like no fucking cheered when Electro came back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
that was really
What
awkward.
That's
racism.
rude.
When
Yeah.
they showed Jamie Foxx and it was just dead silence.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, same with Sandman as well. Just
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
And
It was
it's-
like the ones people. It was like
Yeah.
it's the two no one cared about.
Although I think they
I
really...
like Sandman.
I like Sandman. I think they really fucking did their best to make Dr. Connors as the lizard really funny
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he wanted to turn everybody into fucking lizards.
Or he's
And
like,
he's
I
like,
can help you,
I
Max.
can help you, Max.
He's like,
You're
then
going to
Walter-
turn me into a lizard?
Yes.
Yes. It was a good bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a fun movie. We had some like good emotional stakes in there when they killed off Aunt May.
Yeah, I kind of wish they brought the Spider-Man. Like, I like how they brought in Andrew Garfield. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
With like
Yeah.
them being like, "Hey, Peter, come here," and he's like, "Okay, I guess
Parker.
I'll walk through this."
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, he comes on through,
Yeah.
and then he's just like, he takes his mask off, and they're like, "Hold up, that's not you." But then the way they just like literally like, oh, Tobey Maguire just walks into the scene.
They just did the same thing twice.
Yeah, but like Tobey Maguire was just like, "Oh, hello."
Tobey Maguire. It's like Tobey Maguire knew more about what's happening.
Yeah. It's more like he was very accepting of the situation.
Yeah. I think they should have done it where it was like Toby was a character that we'd been seeing in the background of the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
Would have been cooler.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Gwen and Enter the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
or had like him like hanging out, or like he was on the bridge when Doc Ock attacked, but then he saw like another Spider-Man show up, and he was like,
He's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna let that happen.
yeah. And then same thing with the Green Goblin, where he's like, oop, gotta do something.
Yep.
But instead, it's just like Ned also for no reason gets these fucking powers because of a throwaway line, and
Well, he doesn't get like real powers. He can use the sling ring, which is like the least interesting power that Doctor Strange has.
but it's used in a very dynamic, fun way.
Yeah.
Like when Wong uses it to like beat the shit out, like uses Abomination's fist to hit himself.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
in
and then same
Shang-Chi.
with him cutting off the one of Thanos' kids' arms in Endgame. You know, he's got like decent stuff. Like it's a decent power.
The
to
sling
use.
ring's decent, but like it's like the first thing he learns in Doctor Strange, so Ned being able to like kind of shittily do it makes sense.
But then him like doing it, like being able to do it because of a temper tantrum was kind of stupid. I need to. I want to see Peter. It's like, okay, cool. Then he shows up.
Is he gonna fight alongside Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. Did you see the posters for Rogers the Musical when they were in Times Square?
Oh, I did not.
I
Rogers
did.
the Musical is a joke from Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Which
the
takes
first
place
scene of
around the same
Hawkeye-
time as
the
this.
first scene of Hawkeye that has Jeremy Renner in it is him and his kids watching Rogers the Musical.
Which is a take on Hamilton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And he like turns off
His hearing aid.
his hearing aid because he's like tired of it, and he starts to get like minor PTSD.
Yeah.
Because there's like a woman who looks like Natasha playing Natasha on stage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're doing a big song that takes place during the 2012 Avengers movie.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's like da da da, and they're singing, and then it's like, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
It's a funny bit.
That
It's
sounds
all
great.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. The movie was fine.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
No, it was
I
good.
like it.
It was a good movie.
It was good. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Better than seeing Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Eat shit.
No, because that was the last Marvel movie I saw with Stevie.
Oh.
And
That is
that
my
movie
favorite.
was very tainted for me because our friends that I was sitting with were just the most annoying motherfuckers in the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, because they pretty
They
much
were
decided
just
they hated
bitching
it
and-
before we
Yeah,
saw
they were
it.
just bitching and moaning. So that's why I was sitting at the end where I can only hear Ian. So I had a better experience.
That's annoying that they bitched him out, because I think Guardians 2 is like one of the really good Marvel
Well, it was
movies.
just going to be me and him to go see
Yeah.
it. And then they were like, I want to see Ian. Let me see the movie. It's like, you don't like Marvel. It's Ian.
It's like
so,
probably one of the better directed Marvel movies too.
Yeah, and
like
so
it's
they just kind of just were like, and I'm like, you're not going to talk to him during this movie. He wants to watch it. So, yeah, it wasn't a great experience for Ian.
that sucks.
Yeah.
So, because I would say of the most egregious shit any Marvel villain's done, Ego has done maybe the worst.
Yeah.
I killed your mom. What?
And then it's like, it broke my heart to put that cancer in her head.
It was tumor.
Oh, fuck.
He says tumor. Cancer would just be like so stupid.
Put that tumor in her head.
Yeah.
That's such a good line, though. He's like, you're fucking so mad at him.
Well, also the shot as well, where
Yeah.
like his eyes go from being blue, it does
To
that like
black.
Oh, I don't know what the fucking kind of focus that is.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, you know, where it's like everything is like it's like everything's normal, and then it gets a closer zoom on his face, and everything at the back looks like really.
Oh,
far
yeah,
away.
that's what the fuck is that called?
Or, I don't know. Or rack focus is that?
No, that's not a rack focus.
Yeah.
It's oh god, it has a name, and I hate that I don't know it. But essentially, how you achieve that shot is by zooming in and dollying out at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it makes like the background go further away, but like the face or the thing that's in focus like get closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did one in Spider-Man as well, but it was less good.
Yeah, well, it was because Aunt May was dying or whatever.
No, it was like when his whole life was getting fucked up, but whatever.
Is that the first time he has ever been told with great power comes great responsibility?
I think so.
Yes.
Because it sounds like that was something that Uncle Ben would have said, but that Uncle Ben has been...
We've never talked about Uncle Ben, but we've
Yeah.
seen a thing that says Peter Ben.
Especially since
or
Uncle
Benjamin.
Ben is
Yeah.
his, like, actual biological relative, isn't he?
Depends on the
Yeah?
universe.
Okay.
Sometimes May and his mom are siblings. Sometimes Ben and his dad are siblings.
So, sometimes someone is someone's sister.
Sometimes it's incest.
Ugh.
It's great.
No, just kidding. It's never that.
No, okay.
But there is a comic you can buy called Trouble, which is about Aunt May and Uncle Ben and Peter's parents as teens getting up to sexy business.
Whoa.
Yeah. Would you like to read a book about the first time that Aunt May fucks?
Yes. Wait,
I-
Marissa Tomei in it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Old lady comic book Aunt May.
Ugh.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't an old lady when she fucked. She was young, but it's still weird. It's like reading a book about your parents having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you, like...
How'd you feel the way Aunt May died? I thought it was kind of corny.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
'Cause
superhero movie, so remember they're all fucking
it's the
corny,
it's the exact same way in the end of the first Spider-Man movie.
but
It's
Aunt
just
May doesn't die in the first Spider-Man
no.
movie,
I
does she?
mean, why Green Goblin dies? It's
Yeah.
just because Spider-Man has his tingle. He dodges it and then he impales himself.
Yeah,
with
well,
the
she
thing.
doesn't get impaled. She gets, like, gashed in the side or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the bomb that also goes off next to her is definitely, you know,
Part of it.
a
Yeah.
part of it. Like, oh no,
I thought it
I'm,
was
like,
weird
I'm
that she was
missing
up
half
and
of my
talking
sight.
and then fucking
Yeah.
on the
And
ground.
then also, they
agree.
never show the injury. It just shows
Yeah.
that he touches her and she's like, whoa, what's wrong? And his hand. Also,
They were trying.
he has a red suit. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
His hand should have came away more bloody.
It
Yeah.
should have been, like, dripping. It should have
Yeah.
been, like, so obvious this woman is bleeding out.
Yeah.
But that's Disney saying put his less blood in
Or
there.
they should have had it be like he wasn't in his, like, he didn't have the gloves on the spider suit on or something.
Yeah. You
But then also all of his spider suits are like onesies that have like a hood attachment.
Yeah.
But so it just doesn't work as well.
But yeah, but when all the Spider-Man get together, that's when this movie is at its like best.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think despite like some issues with like Tobey Maguire's acting,
Yeah.
still think there's some good lines. Like
There's
when they
some great
figure
lines.
out that he doesn't have like web shooters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bit's funny.
Yeah,
Right.
they're like,
Like-
they're like that's kind of fucking gross.
Yeah,
He's
they-
just like I don't think about it.
It's like gross, and they're like, "Well, we don't mean to pry." It's like I had to make mine in a lab. I'm like always running out,
Yeah.
and it's like, what do you do? Like you just make it, and it's like, I mean, I don't think about it. It's like, do you think about breathing? It's like, I don't know. It's funny.
It was a good bit. The multiverse is like restored, but definitely gonna get fucked up again.
Yeah, the multiverse of madness.
Yeah. Did you notice or see any like writings about like, because there was definitely figures that kept appearing in
Yeah.
like the clouds.
I recognized Rhino
Yeah.
in there, I think it was just other Spider-Man villains
Yeah,
and
it
characters.
wasn't like very huge things.
Yeah, I hope. So I missed some, but I hope if when I watch the fucking Easter egg video, somebody's like, "And there's Big Wheel," I'll be like, "Big Wheel." Yeah. I don't know. I saw a guy who was like holding a stick, and I was like, "Is that maybe the Living Tribunal?" But no, because Living Tribunal has like 3 floating heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a mystery.
Yeah.
It's just all. It was just. Pretty
Something I would have liked is like to have like had references to certain things that happened after these characters stopped being in movies.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
Oh yeah, because it goes.
because like Spider-Man 4 for Toby was supposed to have Mysterio as well.
Yeah.
And Vulture.
And then, but then also Amazing Spider-Man. Like he's like, "What's your weirdest fight?" And it wasn't the thing, the giant fucking lizard man. It was.
The fight with Rhino at the
fight
end.
of Rhino that we do not get to see.
At the end of 2, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know, is another moment that I feel like people should have shut the fuck up for because it's supposed to be a solemn moment.
Yeah.
When he actually saves MJ. From
That
the
moment
audience.
was good.
Yeah, but I didn't need everyone
Yeah.
else like cheering and clapping.
Yeah.
It's not supposed or like This is why I like VIP theaters. Literally, as we're watching this, I'm like, if this was in the VIP section, I would be hearing the shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd hear like a couple claps
Some.
like when Toby showed up, but it was so much.
Yeah, it was a bit much, but I don't know. There's something fun about it for me. I'm not saying it's like the ideal way to see any movie, but I don't know.
Well, it's a pretty ideal way of seeing a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you miss some dialogue.
I clapped when I saw it.
Yeah, I clapped. ATSTs.
I thought it was different. Was it different? No.
We're good. We're like making a great time.
Cool.
Yeah. No, I'm just getting text messages.
Okay.
Because, like, everyone's like, no, I'm tired tonight, but Emma still wants to hang out, so we're probably just kind of like a smaller thing.
I think Zahira said she was down. Why are you sighing? Zahira's lovely.
I love Zahira.
Yeah.
She's great. She's a lot, though.
But Destiny's here.
Why do you not want...
Well, wait, 1 second.
Why
Just
do you not
because
want...
a Latino woman is showing up, you think Destiny's gonna get excited?
Why don't you want your 2 Latina friends to meet Ian?
Oh
is there
my
something
God.
wrong? Do you think they're gonna fucking
there's nothing
multiply?
wrong, but why do you think it would be better that just because Destiny's here, that Zahira's gonna be like,
Because I think...
oh my god,
I think
another
because Zahira's
Latinx.
an extremely nice person that Disney would like to hang out with her.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I'm just saying. It just feels like... well, actually, you know what? Last time when Blake and them
Are you
went
afraid that Zahira's going to steal Destiny and you'll never see her
Absolutely.
again?
Have you seen how hot Zahira is?
That's true.
Yeah. Also, you know what? I figured out why she talks like that.
But she talks like what?
She has like a California girl.
She has like a
talk.
Valley Girl accent?
Yeah, because she lived... She would every
Yeah,
summer...
she lived in LA for a while.
Yeah, it was every summer while she was in school. She would go live in LA.
Yeah.
Like, so she spent her summers there.
Yeah.
And
So
that's why
she
talks like that.
she says hella a lot.
No,
That's
no.
like an Oregon
No, that's
thing.
like the way that we're talking about, like her actual accent she
Yeah.
has, not about her vocabulary.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Like a little Valley Girl
oh.
accent, like not a huge amount, but like a
Yeah.
little bit.
Or the classic is oh my god, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely plays it up sometimes just to be funny.
Oh, when you're at like a party,
Yeah.
she's like drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And who are we to talk? We say a boat.
Yeah. We say garage.
We say sorry.
Oh, sorry about that one.
Sorry.
Yeah. So what was the first after credits?
The first after credits was Venom. Was the follow-up to Venom Let There Be
yeah.
Carnage.
Taking away the one thing I was actually really excited for.
See, so I was the opposite. I was like, they spent all this time doing this fucking post-credit scene
I
for
agree,
Venom Let There Be
yeah.
Carnage, have him warp into the universe, and he's literally just doesn't get what the fuck's going on the entire length of the movie.
Yeah.
And then gets zapped away without doing anything. Is so funny.
You think like the entire
I think it's like the patience bit with Captain America from Homecoming, where it's like you wait through all the credits for a post-credit scene, and he's just like, patience. It's a virtue, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't get anything. It's such a good bit. But yeah, I think that's funny. Also, there's clearly like he does have a drop of the symbiote.
No,
leave,
for sure.
so
That's how the symbiote is going.
definitely
getting
setting
into this
something up.
universe. But Actually, no, I argued about this in the car. I believe there is some line about how the Venom symbiote is like multi-dimensional.
Yeah,
and it is like part of a hive mind as well when they're all
retains
together.
memories
So
across universes.
The symbiote from the Spider-Man 3 is probably using like its memory from that to recognize him. Yeah, but like no matter what, I just would rather have.
Take out your pee-pee, Eddie.
I just want Tom Hardy, like, still to do it.
Yeah, but I feel like Tom Hardy just wants to be like a good guy, even though Venom is a bad guy.
Well, Venom's a good guy.
Venom is a good guy. Venom he's the lethal protector, Stevie.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
What was the joke where he's like, when he was talking to the bartender?
Yeah.
And he says, and you said lethal. Oh, it was when they were talking about the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's like, and you said lethal protector was a shit name.
It is. Or wait, no. This is the other way around.
Yeah.
And you said lethal protector was a shitty name. It is.
Yeah. I like that the second after credits was actually just a trailer.
It's just fully a fucking trailer for Multiverse of
Because
Madness.
it feels better than fucking like the one they did for Captain America, the first Avenger.
Where it's literally a trailer for the Avengers.
It's like the first after credits scene. It's just like Captain
No,
America.
it's a scene. It is a scene from the Avengers. It's not even a trailer.
If you look at the running time of the movie, like the first Avenger is like not like a full movie.
Yeah,
it was like a 5-minute trailer at the end for Avengers.
Yeah, it was the scene. It's the scene where he's in the gym punching the punching bags.
Yeah, and then there is like a trailer for the Avengers as well. Like the first trailer they put out is at the end of it. Or maybe that was when I watched it on DVD or something.
Maybe
it's possible.
It's been that long.
I don't remember.
Or like whatever stolen copy I watched of one time before Disney Plus existed.
You might be offended by this, but I have not seen Captain America 1.
Why?
I personally enjoy Captain America 1 a lot.
It's better than Wonder Woman.
I know.
You know what?
It was at a time where I didn't watch movies that much, so there are a couple of other Marvel movies I've not seen.
And also because you've seen all the other ones, you know the story already.
Yeah.
Like you've seen the second one, right? Yeah, and that's like pretty much just tells you the entire shit from the first movie. Yeah, it's the only Marvel movie that just says like you don't have to watch the other ones. Oh, I guess Thor 3 and Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped that one.
Although Thor: The Dark World's extremely important for Endgame.
Yeah. Endgame. I always get them mixed up. Endgame and Infinity War. Because I'm just forgetful.
It's okay.
Yeah, that trailer for Multiverse of Madness, I like that What If is like actually important.
Canon, yeah.
Because that's the
That's
multiverse
just the
version
fucked up
of
version
Mephisto.
of him. Yeah. And also like we saw some Shumagorath. We saw a big fucking tentacle guy with one eyeball, baby. Yeah. We saw America Chavez.
Yeah, very little bits. No
bits.
Use of her
I'm
powers.
hyped for her.
So
she's
from another reality.
Yeah, her whole bit's being from like an alternate reality.
Yeah, and she goes around and
she's got 2 moms, and she's also gay. It was
genetic.
There's a really funny bit, where in the Young Avengers comic that she's in, where she has an ex who's a guy, and it's like you're on your first team, you think, oh, maybe I'll experiment, and like no, you turn out you're not into dudes, you're into girls, because in their universe being gay is normal.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah. She's like, I know it's a cliche, but I was experimenting on my first team. I thought that was a funny bit. I'm sure somebody's going to be like, fucking Kieran Gillen, you wrote that comic and that's fucking homophobic.
Who?
There's a comic book writer named Kieran Gillen who is a man.
Yeah, I thought you said Karen Gillan.
Karen Gillen.
Who plays Nebula.
No. Yeah, they have very similar name.
Yeah.
He also wrote The Wicked and the Divine, which is a very popular book. And, yeah. Anyway, Spider-Man's good. Go buy product.
Yeah. Go consume product. Don't think about media. Don't think about all the plot holes in the movie.
Well, who fucking cares? There's not that many plot holes. Don't think about that.
Don't think about how like every single problem in this movie and most Spider-Man movies can be solved with a conversation happening before the first action that starts everything.
Yeah.
Like if he just talked to Doctor Strange.
I'm going to say that's Doctor Strange's fault because Doctor Strange is the asshole there.
Yeah, but then also.
And then Doctor Strange being like, "We should murder all these people," and Spider-Man being like, "I'm the protagonist of this film."
Yeah, and then like also them forgetting that he is Spider-Man is not that big of a deal because they still remember who he is and him as a person.
They would still potentially know who Peter Parker is.
So all he has to do is go to...
Yeah.
Also, I can't take telling Aunt May again. You're just going to have to.
Yeah, that's...
And you're going to... You go tell Happy, who they're like... Well, they might only be dating because they were... Because of Spider-Man. Where that was the question, is like... He said, would MJ still be my girlfriend after this spell?
Was she your girlfriend because you're Spider-Man?
Yeah, and it's like, well, probably not them, but like...
I don't know.
But Aunt May only knows Happy because
that's
of
funny
Spider-Man.
because it's like you're asking a 17-year-old if his girlfriend only likes him for like a weird reason that's separate.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to find out.
Yeah, he like thinks about it for a second. Yeah, but either way, he could...
Does your girlfriend only like you because you drive a Camaro? I don't know. I don't want to put that to the test.
Taylor Thomas in Fast and Furious 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like literally, if he just like accepted that first spell happening,
Yeah.
he could just go up to like everyone and just like...
But that's on Doctor Strange for being like I said as we were walking
just
out
starting to do the spell
Yeah.
without considering that...
as we were walking out the theater when I was like, yeah, that's like Doctor Strange fucking telling him to do surgery on someone and then getting pissed off when the 16-year-old kills the patient. Like,
Yeah. Little baby. Little
Yeah.
dumbass.
yeah. Well, he's a little baby boy.
Yeah.
You know, he's 25 in real life, but he's a little child. He looks like a fucking
He's 17
baby.
in the movie.
And also, in real life, he looks like a baby.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be playing Nathan Drake.
You should not. For various other reasons.
Yeah.
If it was a prequel story before, like, you know, when he had just met Sully,
Also, Nathan Drake just isn't a short king, I'm sorry.
that too. That's unfortunate, but, like...
It's just facts.
It's just how it is.
Also, Mark Wahlberg shouldn't be playing Sully.
Mark Wahlberg shouldn't be anywhere near Asian people.
Sully is a lot less racist than Mark Wahlberg.
Sully is not racist at all, arguably.
Maybe.
Well, Sully's got that, like, old-timey man racism where
Yeah.
he'll say, like, jokes about stereotypes, but you know there's no hatred behind it because he's like, oh, some of those people are his best friends.
Or the, like, I'm sweating like a hooker in church.
Yeah.
You took a hooker to church? Well, what else was I supposed to do?
Yeah. But, like, Mark Wahlberg doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And then they also didn't give him a mustache anymore because he looked so awkward with it. Yeah.
You could have at least given Mark Wahlberg white hair.
Yeah.
Or just tell him to grow a fucking mustache.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mark Wahlberg's one of those guys who's like, no, I gotta look young.
I'm
still
Mark
Marky Mark.
Wahlberg. Oh,
I'm still in the
yeah?
bunch.
just like
That
seeing his
beats
character.
people.
Seeing his character in fucking Transformers is so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Like like his character is so aggro. It's
Yeah.
so like you're supposed to think he's cool, but he is the definition of the most toxic masculinity. Like literally, he's like he fucking crashes into another person's car with a robot thing, and he's
Yeah.
like actively yelling at him, and like it's totally his fault.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh yeah, oh you want to do that, and he fucking cracks a beer on the crashed car, and it's a Bud Light because it's sponsored, and he's like drinks it, and he's like, oh fuck, and you're like, why is the hero of the movie doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because he wants you to remind you that he's from Boston.
Yeah,
that's
people
just
from
how-
Boston aren't that bad.
Just,
I think don't judge Boston based on Mark Wahlberg.
or they're sports fans
Yeah.
because they're pretty racist.
Don't judge Boston based off of how their fucking team plays.
Yeah. Well, geez, yeah, don't judge Toronto on the way their fucking team plays.
Well, I don't know. Toronto's pretty shit unless you're talking about how great it is that our Lord and Savior Drake came about from us.
I hate you. You know Drake's like the third worst thing about Toronto.
Now, when we went to Toronto on fucking one Thursday, Destiny was just sitting in the back seat going like, "Oh yeah, Drake made all this, right? The reason why this is even a city, why people live here, is because Drake's from here."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was.
Drake's not even from fucking
Stevie
Toronto.
was like looking at the CN Tower, and he's like, "I can't believe they built this so he could sit on top of it."
It's like Drake isn't even from Toronto. It's the same way that like Portland cops live in Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah. But you know, also, it's like if I got famous and said I was from Toronto.
Yeah, it's like no, that's
Because
not
it's
accurate.
easier to say
Be like
Toronto
Simu
than
Liu and say you're from Mississauga.
Yeah. It's specifically then get even more deeper into it by saying the part of Mississauga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, I went to a school where multiple people were stabbed out front.
And I was sitting there going like, oh man, Gonzaga. I don't know which one.
No, the Meadowvale.
You didn't go to Meadowvale.
No, I said you could say that.
I don't think multiple people were stabbed in front of Meadowvale.
I remember when I was in high school reading at least one news article about someone being stabbed in front of Meadowvale and being like, oh, I have friends that go here.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. But that's why Meadowvale was called Ghetto Jail. With a 90% like white kid population.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, they just want to act like they're so tough. Like, oh,
white
yeah,
kids,
we have cooperative housing.
White kids can stab each other too, Ian.
I know. But they want to act like they're tough. None of these kids had a reason to stab each other. They're just fucking stupid. Yeah, we got beef with Mount Carmel. It's like, shut up. Who cares about the Catholic school? Yeah. Did
you see a recent news article that came out about a gentleman who lives somewhere in the United States who won the lottery for like $100 million and then dumped $200,000 on his boss's front lawn, or $200,000 worth of manure on his boss's front lawn?
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's so funny. He got arrested for it, obviously, but that's funny, dude.
I just think that's like not even worth my time.
He won so the whole bit, what happened is, he wins the $125 million lottery and quits his job, and then pretends to be his boss and says that the address is his home, and orders a delivery of manure for
$200,000.
$200,000 worth of manure. It's like 23,000 pounds or something like that.
Crap.
Like,
wow,
it's so fucking funny, dude. Ugh, that's baller.
That's mean.
Is it?
Why would you do that?
Well,
why would you do that when you can just go do that in front of Jeff Bezos' house?
Jeff Bezos' house is in a gated community.
Yeah, but I'll just put it in front of the gate.
Yeah, security guards will just shoot you.
I'll do it at night.
Yeah. You don't think he has 24-hour shifts for his security guards, dude?
No, but I think the guy who works at night is probably overworked and underpaid. So
that's a rough bet, though, because he might have like drank the Kool-Aid.
Or he chose that job because he loves protecting Jeffy B.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Jeff B told him if he shoots someone, he'll give him a promotion.
He'll give him $50K.
Yeah.
For every
murder.
Yeah. Oh, for every murder you get $50K. For every paralyzing,
it's 25.
Paralyzing of no, it's $100K because it shows you got accuracy.
No.
If you shoot someone in the head, they're dead. If you shoot someone in the spine, they wish they were dead.
I would say that paralysis, he would give $25K. Injury, permanent injury, 15, and then just like non-permanent injury, non-lethal. That's like $5,000.
Like, all I'm saying is shooting someone in the spine is a harder shot than shooting them anywhere else.
That's fair.
Like, because if you can, there's various places you could shoot on the human body that would just kill them. So why would I reward you for having bad aim?
I don't know.
Because I want to murder people.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
You could always tase somebody to death. A thing that the
Toronto cops have done multiple times.
I was gonna say the thing that is, according to the taser company, impossible. Because the taser company has paid people to come up with a fake medical reason that people are dying shortly after being tased.
Oh yeah, you died from being tased. You turns out you had a medical condition where your heart can't handle 50,000 volts.
I don't have my phone. It's over there. But I have to look up what it is. It's something stupid. It's like something
you ever see those videos
delirium.
Of, like, people in the military like tasing each other?
No.
Did that ever happen with where you were stationed?
You only tase yourself if you're part of the military police.
So that you know what it feels like? You have to do it?
You have to. You can't graduate. You have to know what it feels like to get tased.
Okay, so it doesn't happen where you were like stationed, but like there were people there who have been tased because of work
do
reasons.
That at your job training. So like I do IT. There's no fucking.
We're gonna tase you so you know what happens when you you lick a plug.
And obviously there is a difference from like the
The
ones
taser that like you can.
I'm
buy.
talking the taser,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
the
the gun,
literal
the
taser.
barbed gun that goes into
goes-
like your
yeah.
your flesh, and you go.
Yeah,
Ah!
a stun gun or whatever, like the brick that like you just touch somebody with.
Yeah.
That's not gonna kill anybody.
Yeah.
That's the only one they should have.
That is,
yeah.
but you have to see the purpose of a taser
That's what my sister has.
is to shoot someone, but not kill
It's to
them.
take them down at a safe range.
Yeah.
But it's like, sorry, buddy.
But yeah,
I'm
anyway,
murdering you
people
with a
people
gun,
people
with
die
an
with
electric gun.
die from tasers all the time.
Our buddy told me that I guess Taser at one point had a taser shotgun.
Yeah, that's real. That's so dumb.
It was
So like, did it
insane.
fire up more than one?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that why? Oh, that'd be
Yes.
so funny to hit like the one guy who's like first like shoots
That's
it
for-
and it hits like 5 people at once. He's like,
That's for
"Oh."
protests. That's literally like, no, you're
That's how
you have political opinions that the police don't like.
Yeah, you chase like 5 people, and then all of a sudden you murder that person because they
Yeah.
got trampled to
You
death.
yeah. Or like when you aim your smoke grenades at a person's head,
Yeah.
giving them permanent
Also rubber
brain
bullets.
damage. Also rubber bullets.
Which are supposed to be shot at the feet to stop a stampede of people, and not shot at the face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a leg hit, and that's why it's deadly to get hit in your eye socket.
So yeah, basically we had a guest on here, so we just wanted to have him say ACAB with his face visible.
ACAB?
Yay!
Boom.
Yay! He's a true ally.
Yeah.
Ooh, air high five.
We're all left pilled.
I only take pills that affect the left side of my body
Yeah.
because I
And
want
that's-
the right to die.
And that's why I have anxiety only on one side of my body.
Yeah, it switches over.
Is that why
sometimes.
people get strokes?
Yes. I hope I get a stroke on the right side.
I hope I get stroked on my right side.
Oh.
Anyway, that's the podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to see more of this podcast, you can go to youtube.com/N8SComedy, where we got a new one of these motherfuckers every single week, except for sometimes when we didn't. And they're all video. So if you've only heard the audio versions, which are available on Spotify or other websites, there's a fucking bug in here.
Yeah.
God damn it.
How?
I don't know. It got through a door when people were
Winter.
walking through the door.
It's winter. It was
What do
negative
you want?
1
From,
out.
what do you want from me?
To explain to me how bugs could survive in this weather.
I don't know. Natural selection.
Damn, you got me there.
Anyway, you can see this on YouTube in a video version. Otherwise, there's the audio version as always on every platform. You know, I'm sure you've found this podcast. Like, I don't need to tell you how to find this podcast again. If you want to follow me, I'm at The Media Hole on Twitter, at The Media Hole on TikTok, twitch.tv/The Media Hole, or www.whenyourballs.get-stuck-to-your-leg.tumblr.com. If you want to find Ian, he is at StrokelsV on everything. He recently came under fire for saying that twinks shouldn't have rights. Anyway, Stevie, where can they find you if you want to be found?
If you want to see obscure Cleveland sports stuff on Twitter, I'm at Desert Sailor 174.
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.